Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen, welcome back to Sunday morning in the old cookbook show. Today we're going to do another recipe out of the Toronto Queen City of Canada cookbook, published in 1915. Pretty interesting cookbook, kind of a community cookbook, fundraiser cookbook. Today we're going to do something called walnut custard pie. And of course, I'm using walnuts. So, we start out, I'm going to do this kind of in the order that it's in the book, kind of not. It says to make a custard using a pint of milk. So we've got a pint of milk in this measuring cup. It doesn't really explain make a custard. It's just kind of, this is an incredibly vague cookbook. So I'm just going to play with it a little bit. I'm going to get the eggs done next. We'll heat the milk in a microwave and we'll see what happens. So we'll start out. I've got 2 eggs. Crack them into this mixing jug. To that, I'm going to add salt, sugar, and a little bit of vanilla. And we'll give that a whisk. Now, I'm going to take this milk and nuke it in the microwave and bring it up to a boil. Okay, hot scalded milk. And we just need to get this in to temper the eggs. Whisk it in a little bit, and then a little bit, and then a little bit. Really easy operation. And especially since I've got the sugar already in there, it doesn't take much to temper the egg. And then at this point you can just free flow, whisk it in. There you go. Done. Next in is the walnuts. In they go. Now, the first instruction is prepare crust as usual. Pretty vague. Use the pie crust that you really like. I've got one here. This is an all butter pie crust. You can find the recipe on our channel. I'll try to link to it down below. It's really easy, and I've put it in an 8-inch deep pie tin. I find most of these earlier pies fit in an 8-inch deep or a 9-inch shallow, and if you put it in a 9-inch deep, it looks like there's no filling whatsoever. So let's get it in here. And I have the feeling this is the time that's going to prove me wrong, that this would have fit in a 9-inch deep. Oh, no, wait, there we go. Okay, just barely. Probably could use a bigger pie shell. Okay, so very carefully into the oven. This is when putting that on a rimmed baking sheet to do the transfer would be a really good idea so that you don't spill everywhere. I've got the oven preheated to 450 degrees and I've got the pizza stone in the bottom. And I find that for a pie like this where you're not par baking or blind baking the shell, a pie tin instead of a pie dish, and the pizza stone really help you get a good bake on the bottom. Oh, it's dripping everywhere. Yeah, should have put it on a pie tin. It's going to make a mess. It's going to make a mess.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, friends. I like the crust on that. That's kind of neat. But but then I have to ask, because it has a little burning smell in the house right now.
It bubbled over. So it bubbled over, and
okay.
The oven is currently
Cleaning.
in the self-clean mode.
That would explain the warm room.
So
it bubbled over.
Yeah.
And yet I don't see any, so it bubbled over and then just burnt on the thing versus down the sides.
Yeah, no, so when I crimped the edge, there was like a little bit of a slit, and so it was just a little overfilled, and it ran out into the oven. It was a little overfilled because I probably put too many pecans in.
Okay, you went nuts.
So yes, I did go nuts. So it might be difficult to get out because...
We'll see.
Can we get it?
Dun, dun, dun. I know the anticipation.
Yeah, no, it's...
Stuck on the bottom?
There we go. Okay.
That is a strange color.
It is a strange... It's a strange pie. It's a strange pie.
It almost looks pink.
So the bottom is good. It's just ran down the sides, and so you can.
It's a little bit sticky around
it's a
the
little
edge.
sticky. and-
Okay.
So it's a walnut custard pie. The walnuts are supposed to rise to the top, which they did, and form a crust.
Oh, is that what this is?
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of neat.
So even though you mix them all in, they rise to
Okay.
the top. It's custard pie. Mm-hmm. It's
It's very refreshing. Mm-hmm. Is there anything other than nuts in it? Because it doesn't seem to have any additional flavors to it. Like
There's a little bit of vanilla. I mean, it is just egg, milk, sugar, vanilla, and then the. It's supposed to be walnuts, but I use pecans because who likes walnuts? So one page over. So at the beginning of this recipe, it says, "And the oven hot enough to bake the bottom in a hurry." So you have to be in there at like 450, right off the top.
oh, you didn't pre-cook
No,
your
so it's not par cooked
Okay.
or blind baked. As this was definitely get your oven hot, get it in there, bake the bottom quickly, and then lower the temperature to bake the custard. The pizza stone really helps with that, even though now it's got about another hour until it's clean.
I just want to try the crust part.
Put it in an hour, it'll be done, and you'll never notice the difference. That's a pretty good pie. And it could be, I mean, that's our date custard pie. Just with walnuts
Instead of
of dates.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.